In this edition of Southeast Spotlight, we take our camera farther than it's ever traveled before, almost farther than I've ever traveled before, all the way across this great country of ours to the very heart of the nation itself, Washington, D.C. We've come this far on a very special day, with a very special man, for a very special occasion. The day is Alaska Day, October 18th, a day that commemorates the day in 1867 that the United States flag was raised over Sitka, formally taking possession of the territory of Alaska from Russia. The man is John Venables, an historical reenactor from Haines, who, in honor of the fact that 2009 marks the 50th anniversary of Alaska's statehood, has been traveling around the state presenting a living history program called Journey to Statehood, wherein he portrays three men whose roles were vital in bringing the dream of statehood to a reality: William Henry Seward, Judge James Wickersham, and Senator E.L. Bob Bartlett. The occasion is his performance of the show at the Mary Pickford Theater in the James Madison Building of the Library of Congress. It's also a great excuse to spend 3 days touring the sights around Washington, D.C. In the next half hour, we'll show you some of the sights, tour the Capitol Building and the White House grounds, take a peek into the Museum of Natural History, and visit with Senator Lisa Murkowski.
What's today, John?
Today is Alaska Day, October 18th. We're celebrating Alaska Day in Washington, D.C.
The first order of business was to tour the White House grounds and gardens, an event that only takes place twice a year, and it just so happened that one of those was on that very day, Alaska Day.
Hi there, Rick. We're about ready to get our tickets to the White House Gardens and Grounds event. We're at the ticket center right now, the Ellipse Visitor Center. Let's go inside and see what's going on in there. Hey, we're celebrating today. When I put on my hat, this is what I'm going to look like. William Henry Seward at your service.
It was at that point that we learned that video cameras were not allowed upon the grounds during the tour. Me, being a professional videographer, was rather disappointed at that news, but still cameras were allowed. So we're going to take you on a photo tour of the White House grounds, set to some appropriate inspirational music.
Hello, Rick. Here we are at the White House. This is absolutely wonderful. This is John Venables reporting from Washington, D.C. And Rick Pruitt and I have just finished our White House tour of the grounds and the gardens, and we have had an amazing time. I've switched back into my favorite baseball cap. I've taken off my William Henry Seward stovepipe hat. We have had a wonderful day celebrating Alaska Day, October 18th, 2009. The flowers are so beautiful there. There's been at least 2,000 or 3,000 people walking through the gardens. At least 100 of them took my picture with my favorite poster. And now we're getting ready to take a hike up the path to the Washington Monument. Rick Pruitt and I want to touch reality. We're on our way. We're glad to give you this report. It's Alaska Day, October 18th, 2009 in Washington, D.C. That's the White House back there behind me. We've had a wonderful day so far. Here we are at the Washington Monument. We've been looking forward to this for a long time. I get to touch the building. Oh, this is an awesome, awesome building commemorating George Washington, our first president, founding father of our country. We look around and we see the Lincoln Memorial over here. Oh, the flags are flying. This is truly a great day. We're celebrating Alaska Day, October 18th, 2009, in Washington, D.C., where the journey to statehood first dawned.
The journey to statehood also dawned bright and early the next day, with John presenting his program in the Library of Congress.
Good morning, everybody. I'd like to welcome all of you today. And this is a program that is in celebration of Alaska Day, 50 years of statehood, and we're very, very glad that you could all come. My name is Samuel Wenger, and John Venables is the project director of this program. He's going to be doing most of the performance. I'm going to be introducing him. The program is sponsored by the Alaska Humanities Forum and the Rasmussen Foundation. So we're very glad that you're here, and we hope you enjoy. Now I will go into character. Today is March 30th, 1867. It is 5 a.m. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is national radio reporting from the State Department in Washington, D.C. Some unusual activity has been occurring inside the State Department for over 5 hours. There have been lights on in the State Department building since about midnight. William Henry Seward and his clerks were seen entering the building at around 11:45. A little after midnight, Edward de Stockel, the Russian minister to the United States, was seen entering a side entrance with several of his secretaries. There is something going on in there. We are told that Secretary Seward will be coming out very soon. We hope to have an announcement for you. Here he comes now. Ladies and gentlemen, Secretary of State of the United States of America, the Honorable William Henry Seward.
My fellow Americans, good morning. I have an important announcement to give to you at this time. You are the first to know that we have signed a treaty for the purchase of Alaska from Russia. This was completed about 1 hour ago.
After the performance, it was on to a meeting with Senator Mark Begich, who then graciously provided us with a member of his staff for a tour of the U.S. Capitol.
We are now in front of the U.S. Capitol. This beautiful building is the home of our statutory hall recipients, Bob Bartlett and Ernest Greening. They are in the rotunda of the U.S. Capitol. We're going to be inside there showing you a lot of things that have been happening, and we're pleased to be celebrating Alaska Day, which is October 18th, 2009. We're on a 3-day celebration here in Washington, D.C. as we celebrate the 50th anniversary of Alaska statehood in the place, Washington, D.C., where it started in 1867.
This is a Statue of Freedom. The Statue of Freedom is on top of the very top of the dome of the Capitol building. This is a life-size version of her. She's only brought down a few times for cleaning about once a decade or so. And but it kind of gives you an idea that she looks really small on top, but she actually faces away from the mall, which some people find odd, but actually the front of the building is this side, which is facing the Supreme Court and the Library of Congress and things like that. It's not actually the mall side, which is...
Hey Rick, this is a great trip. We're getting a VIP tour of the U.S. Capitol. Had a great meeting with Senator Begich, and we are on a roll. James Madison Building, Mary Pickford Theater, Library of Congress building was quite an activity event this morning. We were in the key place, had a wonderful audience.
In the rotunda, there's a mural high on the wall running around the entire perimeter, and it has some rather interesting history involving its creation.
It's actually made by two artists. The reason is because the first artist had some disagreements with the architects of the Capitol, and he actually got fired from the job halfway by doing it. One of his apprentices was actually asked to finish it, and he did. But you'll notice that people are a lot more crowded on this section That's the original artist as he's going along, and then if you come around, actually people become less crowded as it comes along. It's two different things, but the original artist was actually very upset for being fired from the job, and he actually painted himself into the mosaic. It's actually like,
Was he Italian?
I'm pretty sure it's behind that tree right there, like right above us. A lot of big events inside here. Of course, the president has to be invited to the Capitol if he ever does come. He can't just come whenever he wants to as part of the separation of power. But when he does come, a lot of special events are in here. I saw the Dalai Lama receive like the Congressional Medal of Honor here a couple of years ago, and there's a lot of big events in here. It's pretty interesting building. Right below us is the crypt, and we'll go down there in a moment. But at this point in time,
I think actually some of the program for Reagan's inauguration was held in here because it was so cold.
oh yeah?
And I remember one of the opera singers singing in here.
Wow, that must have been kind of
How do they
crazy.
maintain this? I mean, how does they get up there to clean the windows or
I'm pretty
dust?
sure there's.
I don't know. It's just amazing.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's actually like a ledge that goes around
Yeah.
that for the windows and such. But I've never actually seen them shut it down, so
Yeah.
I think they must do it very creatively at night. I mean, it's a very active building. Also during like recesses when there's not very many people here. As we go around, you'll see some of the original Supreme Court rooms that are in this building. August recess existed because it was so hot. It's so hot here in the summer, it's ridiculous. And it wasn't anything until like forced air, like kind of ventilation until early 1900s. So this building was very, very sweltering, and so people weren't really here. And I think because we still have that August recess, even though we have the technology now, I think that's when they do a lot of the cleaning and things like that. So it's a continuation of the statues around the room, as well as this was used for the House of Representatives for a great period of time until the current House of Representatives was built, which is straight down this hall. The reason we say to the side, this is an active building. Obviously, we're not in session right now, but normally people would be going back and forth. Nancy Pelosi's office is right there, and she walks straight through here to go to the House. This is also a whispering room. If you notice, there's gold plates on the ground. There's one behind him, as well as there's in these crowds, there's also whispering plates. And the point of them is that certain influential members had desks there so that they could actually whisper to each other. Like a person around the room at a normal voice could hear them talking. And it's just the way that the room was designed acoustically, so that just kind of a random thing, yeah. It has to do with like the people in power would kind of have those spots so they could talk to each other. But
You have to be here to believe it. You cannot put into words the beauty of this place. I'm standing next to the statue of Ernest Greening in Statutory Hall, the U.S. Capitol. Ernest Greening was the longest-serving governor of the Territory of Alaska, serving for 13 and a half years. He was elected U.S. Senator in 1959 and served 2 terms. He is given a lot of credit for Alaska proceeding to statehood.
Geographically.
yes.
Question, what is the difference with the statues being white versus bronze?
I think it's just a preference of the state. It depends. They can decide what it looks like, what it is. Obviously, it has to be a person, but besides that, it's up to the state, whatever they would like to do. You know, some of them have color, a lot of them do not. I think that's more of a new change, but I think traditionally they were just normal kind of sculptures. So. It's a geographical center of Washington, D.C. It's built much like France in a spoken wheel. So there's actually 4 sections. There's northeast, northwest, southeast, and southwest of D.C., and it all goes off from this point right here. So.
Well, we've just had the most wonderful visit to the U.S. Capitol. Rick, it's really great to have you here. You captured the moments. We had a wonderful visit with Senator Beckich. We've been in all sorts of places out of the way there. We were in Statutory Hall. We saw the statues of Bob Bartlett and Ernest Greening. We've had some unforgettable experiences here, and we're sharing them now with you. We are right at the steps of the Library of Congress, Thomas Jefferson Building. This is where the personal papers of Thomas Jefferson are archived. We have many exhibits inside that we're looking forward to. The nationally, internationally famous cartoonist Herb Bloch has his 79 years of cartoons registered and preserved in this building. And it is one of the two buildings of the Library of Congress. There is the Thomas Jefferson Building and the James Madison Building. And we're really happy to be here. This is John Venables and Rick Pruitt reporting from Washington, D.C. We have been celebrating Alaska Day for the last 3 days. We are here in front of the National Museum of Natural History, 900 Constitution Boulevard. We are making the rounds and we're actually helping people know more about Alaska. Alaska is just a dream of many, many, many people, but we're talking about the 50th anniversary of Alaska statehood, and it's the Alaska Day, October 18th weekend. We are having a wonderful time here in Washington, D.C. We have just entered the National Museum of Natural History. We're in the rotunda, and as I look around, I see many exhibits. They have the Elephant's Trail here. As they say here, billions of years in the making. This is a wonderful museum, the Smithsonian Institution, and we're here to take a look at some of the most exciting exhibits. This is a trip I'll never forget. Rick, we're at the Mammal Center here, and we're looking at the official visitor greeter. It is the North Atlantic right whale. This is one of the biggest whales that has ever lived. We're eye to eye with this big animal. Wow, there's a life story here. We're gonna have to check this out. I'm gonna take a closer look. I'll be right back. We've just entered this exhibit and we're finding out what happened 570 million years ago. Look at this. There's so many students visiting the Smithsonian Institution today. They are having a wonderful time. I'm having a wonderful time. And Rick is having a wonderful time. Oh, this exhibit has the dinosaur rivals fighting each other and killing each other off. What predators these were. This is Allosaurus up against Steptosaurus. Oh, I wouldn't want to be fighting these two guys. This was a tough way to get a meal. Whew.
After our tour of the Museum of Natural History, we had an appointment with a very special dignitary.
We are now in front of the Hart Senate Office Building. In a few minutes, we're going to be meeting with Senator Lisa Murkowski. She has been a great help in our programs here on our Alaska Day weekend, celebrating Alaska Day and the 50th anniversary of Alaska statehood year. We have just entered the Hart Senate Office Building. It is dedicated to Senator Philip Hart, and in this atrium we have a beautiful sculpture, a monumental sculpture piece entitled Mountains and Clouds. It is the last work of famed sculptor Alexander Calder. You really should get up close and then take a step back and look at this beautiful, beautiful piece of art. It is an honor here to be visiting Senator Lisa Murkowski, and I am about to sign the guest book.
I absolutely will. You're welcome. Thank you for holding. What can I do for you?
This is a long, long signature here. I'm celebrating the 50th anniversary of statehood for the whole year. I may even be celebrating it next year, too.
While we were waiting to meet the senator, we had a glance at a very interesting little piece of history. What are you holding, John?
This is the official check that was transferred to Russia for the purchase of Alaska. It says $7.2 million. And as I told you yesterday at the theater, it was going to take a year to pay the bill. And this one's dated August the 1st, 1868.
That's the check that bought Alaska.
I'm sorry, can you
Yes,
repeat that question?
$7.2 million.
The next pleasant surprise came along in the form of a man who had previously held Lisa's position in the Senate, her father Frank.
Well, I'm glad that we could visit one another. So,
Well, I know
you're here on a little vacation?
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, we're celebrating the 50th
Yeah, I
anniversary of
understand that.
statehood on this day, but I'm the one that is making the trips around the state for getting the history programs dressed up like William Henry Seward, Judge James Wickersham,
Sure.
and Senator Bartlett.
Okay.
And I change costumes all in 1 hour.
I see, you do that. Well, congratulations. Who packs the costume?
We were at the
She's
Library of
on
Congress, James Madison Building, Mary Pickford Theater yesterday for a wonderful
Oh,
audience.
that's great.
So
Oh,
we're
we're
getting
very
the word
proud
out
of what
to all
you're
these.
doing.
Thank you, sir.
You
Well,
bet.
you had
And it's a pleasure. We'll play golf again someday. You know, we're spending our summers in Wrangell.
Oh.
And there's a golf course there, too.
Oh,
Did you know
yeah.
that?
Oh, well, you practiced up, so now you're all.
After exchanging pleasantries with her father, it was time to meet Lisa herself.
I've enjoyed wearing my hoodie as we're celebrating
50 years of statehood. That's a good one.
And of course, the last time we were together was the official launch of the U.S. quarter. Both of us were on the
That's
stage
right, on the
there.
stage, and
Yes.
you were
Judge
kind of
Wickersham,
the
yeah.
master of ceremonies as Judge Wickersham, and you
you're-
did a wonderful job.
Well, it was a challenge to do something in 5 minutes on a 1-hour program.
Yeah, but you did great.
Well, I was honored to be there, 1,300 people there, and you were giving away all those quarters to 10-year-olds and under.
It was so much fun, being able to dole them out. They were
Yeah.
so excited.
I got-
Although I think some of the people that were older than 10 got
Were
them.
they really? Oh. I want to confess to you that I got to the back of the building next door, and I didn't stand in the line of 1,500 people, but I think her name was Sheila. She went inside, and I bought 4 rolls of quarters.
You got yours?
Out the back door, but I paid for mine, but I gave them all away. I made so many people happy.
I bought a roll for both my sons,
Mhm.
and they're in the, you know,
Right.
signed them and put them in the safety deposit box.
And there's other things I could share, but we don't want to take a lot of time, but we wanted to be here. We have
Who do you have
my
with
wife,
you?
Betty,
Betty, it's nice to meet
Cindy
you.
Venables,
Nice to meet
my
you.
daughter, oldest daughter, Karen
Hi.
Winger,
Karen,
Pleasure to meet you.
nice to meet
Fairbanks,
you.
Samuel Winger, her husband.
Samuel,
Senator,
nice
it's
to
an honor.
meet you.
And our cameraman here, Rick Pruitt from
Hi, Rick.
NBC, KATH, Channel 15 in Juneau.
Oh, that's great.
We're recording this for posterity.
We need more posterity
Yes.
around here. Yeah.
Well, we wanted to come by, I've signed the guest book, and that's been recorded too, and we
Well,
know you're very
we need to
busy.
have an official picture
Yes.
taken.
Right, whatever you
great
have.
idea.
we're-
Can we do that?
Yes.
Let's go in the conference room.
You
and-
wanted a picture too of you with the check.
Oh, yeah. You know, what we might want to do, John, do you want to have the flags on either side of the state of Alaska?
I like
Or
that.
we can go in front of the cedar carving, but
Oh,
what?
they're both nice, both very nice. I love this Alaska flag, 8 stars of gold.
Yeah.
Do you want me to move it over there?
Yeah, let's move it on the other side of the map. And that way we can stand in front of the map.
Okay, ready? Okay, got you that one.
Great.
There you go. We have to document your active participation
We have to
here.
prove that you're actually working on this
Yes,
trip.
yes, yes.
It was
Well-
nice, it was nice seeing your father.
Yeah.
I played
know,
miniature
that was
golf
great.
with him at the Southeast Alaska Fair a couple of years ago. He
He
was
won.
visiting, and he wanted to play miniature golf with your mother, and so we had a great match. He won the match.
He won the match.
And Nancy and I finished in a tie for second.
I didn't think he was that good of a mini golf. He's not that good of a golfer, really.
Right, well,
But maybe mini golf he's better.
I chose to start off so that he could see how the course would run. It's 4 feet by 9 feet. And so I putt and it goes bouncing off the platform. So I have 1 stroke and 1 penalty before he even has to start.
He didn't really
No
throw
wonder
the
he
game.
won.
Well, I choked.
Oh, that's funny.
We're standing in front of the White House. On the north side, I'm standing right in front of the Andrew Jackson statue. We have had some day celebrating the Alaska Day extended period of time, celebrating the 50th anniversary of Alaska statehood. We started at the White House on the south side on Sunday morning on the grounds and gardens tour. And we've been to the U.S. Capitol for 2 nice sessions with Senators Mark Bekich and Lisa Murkowski. We visited the Library of Congress, had the Journey to Statehood program with William Henry Seward, Judge James Wickersham, and Senator Bob Bartlett at the Mary Pickford Theater. That was a great honor. We've enjoyed giving this report to you so that you could know of all the places that we went. The visits to the U.S. Capitol, the Supreme Court, the Library of Congress, and the Smithsonian Institution museums we went to are lifelong memories for sure. So we've been celebrating Alaska Day, October 18th, 2009, in the year of the 50th anniversary of Alaska statehood. Special thanks should go to KATH, who has been recording this program. And we're glad that we could tell you about our great adventures.
This program is available on DVD for $20 by calling 586-8384 and can be viewed on the web by visiting kath.tv.